Or is he not? All right, yes or no? All right, so we're gonna listen to AV to the seventh power. She is giving commentary. Holmes hit with lawsuit, and you know what? This gets very, very, very interesting. It takes so many turns because we already know the father and son. They're saying that this is a duo, and this is commentary. These are opinions, not facts, and we're just giving our take on what's going on. You know, we're gonna review at Tisa Tales, and then we'll review at AV to the seventh power. We're gonna be reviewing both of their videos. Yeah, because at the end of the day, this is getting very, 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 very interesting by the day. Okay, so we're gonna start off with the legal drama with Diddy Combs and Christian Combs hit with the lawsuit, and this is coming from. Let me get out of here. To the seventh power. Okay, so let's go.
Hey, we're back. We're back for another one. His son. And the houses got raided, both in Miami and both in LA. So we can see how this legal document is starting. Okay, we're seeing it with the pictures. Again, this is not customary. You don't always see pictures in legal documents, but we can see how Tyrone is setting the scene for us. Christian King Combs. Defending.
Well, listen, when you talk about setting the scene up, Lil Rod's lawyer is just not coming out and giving all of the tea at once. What is he doing? He's giving a piece here, he's giving a piece there. You know? He's like, no, we're not going to put all of our cards on the table because A, they're going up against the machine. When you talk about the machine is definitely out there. Shout out to Wani11 in the building. Yes. When you talk about when you're going into these court proceedings, the plaintiff, they're going to give you just enough, right? To give you an idea of what's going on, right? Let's get into it.
Holmes is a 25-year-old auto-tuned and heavily edited rapper. Oh! Damn, Tyrone! He said he is a 25-year-old auto-tuned and heavily edited rapper. Oh my God, we're gonna have to zoom in a little bit. This is gonna be good.
Listen here. So, Lil Rod Jones, his attorney, has went so far as to give a detail. Now, when we talk about detail, he says this means auto-tune. This isn't talent. This is auto-tune. It's somewhat like AI, right? You can use AI to generate and get all those type of things situated, right? It could write you a paper. It could do this. It could do that. Just like the auto-tune will tune up your voice and give you the sound that you prefer. Let's go. The chickens have come home to roost. I don't know if you can hear it.
This is gonna get good. He said he's auto-tuned and heavily edited. Unfortunately, as the saying has it, the apple does not fall far from the tree. I swear to God, guys, I was going to name this stream, The Apple Does Not Fall Far from the Tree, and I did not read this. I swear, I'm not.
Listen, when we think about the apple not falling too far from the tree, honey, they are saying that Christian Combs, now Christian Combs has a lawsuit against him. Christian Combs has a lawsuit against him, and it's not far fetched from that tree of his dad. Let's go. Allegedly. And let's just give you all a trigger warning. Trigger warning, allegedly, fair use, commentary, fair use. We're only reviewing this video from AV to the seventh power. Let's go.
I am not kidding. Defendant Sean Diddy Combs, who has been accused of several acts of SA, the R word, SV, drugging, among other deplorable conduct, is the father of Christian Combs, who has seemingly taken after his father and the family business.
Now listen. Now as AV to the seventh power, I'm just going to call her AV. As AV breaks this down and discuss it, it's really making sense because as she reads, she's saying, okay, well, this is this. And she's making it plain as day. She's not beating around the corner. She's not beating around the bush. This is what it is. She's a law professional. Let's go.
Of reckless partying, drugging others, SA, and other illegal conduct. Specifically, Christian is the second child of billionaire Combs and his...
Wow. So Christian is the second child of Diddy's. I didn't know that. I didn't know that he was the second child of Diddy's. You know? And listen here, all this is alleged. She's reading the lawsuit. This isn't the lawsuit. This is not something that she's pulling out of thin air. This is not something that she just wants to say. This woman is reading the lawsuit that Lil Rod and his attorney, the complaint that they filed against P. Diddy and the others. 111 says Mother Hen and the girls are giving their opinion on the situation. Please join in on the convo respectfully to bless Queen Tulsa via Cash App. There it is. Link is there. And if you would like to support Queen Tulsa and you don't have Cash App, you can visit online, pay.queentulsa.com. Absolutely. We know we have a lot of family and friends over in the UK, India, Europe, Canada. We have people over in Asia, Africa, the Philippines. Who else? Romania, Russia. You know, we have everybody, they tune in. I get the analytics. But let's get into these analytics with Puff Daddy, or I'll call him Puffy. You know, in the words of Wendy Williams, how you doing? Okay, let's get into it. How you doing?
Late ex-partner Kim Porter. Upon information and belief, defendant Christian resides in the city of Beverly Hills, California, and LA County, California. And we have a picture of Diddy. Diddy is a rapper and a record executive, popularly known by his...
A rapper, a record executive. When we think about rappers, what do we think about them? You know, like, they like to have parties. You know, we've all saw the viral videos. Pool. I don't know. I want to know if that pool was heated, you know? I wonder if that pool was heated because he had one leg up and one leg down. Let's go.
Stage names as Puff Daddy, Puffy, P. Diddy, Diddy, Brother Love, or Love. Shout out to 50 Cent.
Brother Love. Did he ever get into a church ministry? Did he ever have a church ministry? We want to know. We want to know. Was there ever? I mean, we want to know. Was there ever?
Defendants Sean Combs.
Listen here.
Famous.
I know there was a school that he opened up in New York, right? Y'all remember that? Y'all remember that? Answer me, please. I hope not, because he and the herbs don't mix. Oh. 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 Okay, listen. We got to go ahead and pay homage to the queen. Queen. The queen, Wendy.
Always feel better giving it to you. Do you know? I love it. Anyway, Janie, our vice president, is 60 years old today, and Jody Watley is celebrating her 42nd birthday. Brett Butler is 43 years old, and Charles Dutton from Rock is 50 years old.
That's good. Jody Watley.
Well, so here's what's happening, everyone, at 6:46. Magic Johnson had a party for his wife, Cookie.
Right.
And I don't know exactly what the party was all about. I just know that it was at the House of Blues in Los Angeles. And there were, he's like, I don't know. And there were a lot of, famous people there. Halle Berry, Vivica. Then, excuse me, Bobby.
Hi, Maria. You say yep. Oh, whoa. Let me go. Let's see. Maria says, hey, boo. So allegedly, J-Lo is sending bots in social media to rep her up. However, folks are noticing because it says the same comment but different users. Yep. Bots are seeing some hilarious non-human verbiage. LOL. What? Wait a minute. Wendy Williams got something to say. Listen here. Wendy Williams want to give her, how you doing? Okay. Wendy Williams says, I got something to say.
He jumps on stage and grabs a mic. You know he does this wherever he can find one. And he begins singing. Totally off. Totally, making everybody very mad. The dance floor just empty. And all you can hear is Whitney screaming at the top of her lungs at Bobby to get off the stage. Get off the stage. Get off the stage. When he finally does get off the stage,
He's the king of R&B.
he was high that night. And listen to the statement. Listen to the statement that Magic said about them. Well, first of all, Magic ended up throwing both of them. He has some nerve, right? Out of his party for his wife Cookie. And he was overheard saying,
Wait a minute. Child, wait a minute. What happened? Listen here. Hate it or love it. Oh, thank you, my love. Audrey, I just received your cash out from earlier. Thank you so much. Audrey always bless the queen. Thank you so much, my love. And thank you all. Everyone else that blesses the queen as well. We got donations. We want to thank you. We really do. Okay, and if you would love to listen here, if you would love to donate to this platform for the people, there is the link right there. Go ahead and send us a lovely cash app. Yeah, pay for the you're not paying for the truth. You're here enjoying the show, right? So let's get back into AV. Okay.
In the music and entertainment industry over the decades, and is regularly revered as a hip-hop mogul and top hip-hop rapper producer in the industry.
Yes, our royal family says thank you, Audrey. Thank you, Audrey T, for pouring into Queen Tulsa's platform. Thank you, my love, and thank you all for voting. Let's make sure we can get those likes up. All right, from AV, let's go.
Upon information and belief, Diddy resides in the city of Beverly Hills, LA County, California. During the relevant period, defendants John and Jane Doe's 1 through 10 are currently unknown individuals, that's interesting, or employees who aided and or abetted in the commission and conduct explained of herein, or who either acted within the scope of their employment, defendants ratified, embraced, and added to this conduct. As parties engage in discovery, plaintiff retains the right to amend the complaint to add these individual employees by name.
So listen here, there's going to be more people involved. Listen here, I heard that there were blank workers that were there. I remember Lil Rod had filed in his complaint allegedly that let me see. That it really goes down. Okay, so let's jump over here to Tisa Tales. This is an exclusive. Diddy FO survivor testified to grand jury. Diddy arrest guaranteed to happen. Okay, and this is she says okay, this is going to happen before. So let me ask y'all this. Any of our royal family here, can we drop Tisa Tales channel in here so our family can go over and check her out as well? I did tag her in a video here. Actually, I'm going to tag her again. Let me tag her right quick. Just so this is how you credit This is how you credit everyone's work, you know. Okay, so I said, Teaser Tales, we're reviewing your live. Please don't like us, sis. So now that she knows, thank you so much. Yes. All right.
What's taking so long? Baby, I have some inside tea. We have
Oh,
the
what is it?
timeline for Diddy's arrest.
Really? And listen here, she about to tell us. Teaser Tales about to tell us. See, I love when she comes on here because I can get on here and ask her the questions that I want to ask her, right? Okay. So Teaser Tales, what's going on?
Yes, baby, everybody's saying this is guaranteed. But listen, it wasn't just one source.
What?
It wasn't just two sources.
What?
It was no less than 4 sources.
Four?
From lawyers to legal to news press saying that the News Corps are on high alert.
Oh,
If
wait
you
a
guys don't
minute.
know,
Wait a minute. We're on a high security alert, everyone. We're on a high security alert. Royal family. High security alert. Let's go.
Diddy's a monster, an alleged monster, and allegedly he's going to be taken down.
Oh.
Everybody was talking about this whole grand jury,
Yeah.
grand jury. The grand jury
What about it?
has been assembled.
What?
No legend. The grand jury has been assembled. That is 30 to 40 people.
Wait a minute.
The feds have already gotten all the evidence they need. It was confirmed that the raid was the last thing. But get this.
Oh.
But get this.
Wait a minute. Oh my goodness. It's got to be more to that, Tisa. Oh my goodness. So what Tisa is saying is there is a grand jury. They have been selected. Not one, not two, not three, not but child. The last testimony, the raid, the things that were in that house, in that mansion that man occupied. And let's talk about this. Why did he sell that? Why did he sell Kim's home? Why couldn't it have been something that he passed down to the girls? You know what I'm saying? Let's do it.
Despite what TMZ might think, despite what Sean Hawley, Jonathan Davis, and Bonnie Sternum might pray, we have confirmation that one of Diddy's freak-off victims has testified before a grand jury. We repeat, one of Diddy's freak-off victims, I'm not going to say whether it's a man or a woman, has testified in front of a grand jury. Okay? This is major, you guys.
Very, very major. The survivor testified to a grand jury, y'all. This is big. This isn't just no basic news. This isn't just oh, let me skip by this. And that's why we are here today. That's why we're here today. Listen here. Tisa is not telling us. Listen. Tisa is about to tell us what's going on. Tisa, what's going on?
Diddy is going down.
He going down?
There is now going to be a federal trial.
Yeah.
As much as they want to go after lawyers, as much as they want to do this, as much as they want to align the breaker, the butcher, the baker, the candlestick maker, baby, the feds have now gotten involved. What pulled El Chapo down? Southern District of New York. What pulled Ghislaine Maxwell and Jeffrey Epperlater down? Southern District. Who pulled, what's the other guy? Don't somebody else's name. And Harvey Weinstein down. The Southern District of New York. Now, this is no disrespect. I got more information, but let me just say this.
Well, listen here. The Southern District of New York, they have a reputation of bringing down the giants. You know, of what people think that the giants are. The New York Southern District, they take the big ones down. Can we agree to that? Can we just simply agree to that? Let's get on over here to AV and see what she has to say in this lawsuit.
Okay, so there's a couple of legal things that are going on here. Number one, we know that it looks like, because I said that it was pro hac vice. Why is that? I just remembered that I know that Tyrone is an attorney in New York. if this lawsuit is being bought in California, and if you're not barred there, you do need to make arrangements to sue somebody. If you're going to litigate the case for a plaintiff that's in another state and you're not barred there, you have to work through that.
Okay, so he has to work through that, right? So that is Attorney Blackburn, Tyrone Blackburn. That's Lil Rod's attorney. Now I'm pretty sure Wendy Williams. Go ahead and sound off, girl.
Can you believe that?
Yeah, I can. That's embarrassing.
That's very embarrassing.
How embarrassing they become. Like, it's like...
They got thrown out of a party by Magic Johnson.
What do you say to your mom when you come home early?
It's a whole new level of low.
Sissy. Yeah, how was the party? It's 8:30. Why y'all home? Sissy's at home.
Well, everybody, the Puffy Combs trial has begun, and, you know, prosecutors are saying that Puffy fired at least one gunshot into the ceiling of the nightclub, which is, like, ridiculous. This whole thing happened back, of course, in December of '99. The comment came during the opening statements, and 3 people were injured during a shooting. Of course, Shine and Anthony Wolf Jones, the bodyguard, will also be standing trial. They're also...
Okay, so we never heard anything about that. So Shine and the bodyguard. So did the bodyguard get off? Did the bodyguard and Puffy get off and Shine went on down there for a decade? These are questions that I want to know. I want to know, y'all. Do y'all have any insight on that? Tisa, what's going on, girl?
Disrespect, of course, to the LA feds. This is no disrespect to the Miami, but the LA feds and Miami feds, there's always rumors about, like, you know, grease hands, bribery, things getting paid, right? I'm not saying they're compromised, because there's a lot of good people that work there, but there's always something that's just like, how that happened. However, Diddy's greatest nightmare, the Southern District of New York. That's why they actually import cases to the Southern District of New York. Because so far, when they got you on their sites, baby, ain't no, allegedly, ain't no payoffs. Mountain high enough, but wide enough to keep them off your...
Honey. On it like that video, that viral video of allegedly. Honey. Baby, I was running for dear life, honey. I said, get that away from me.
So Tyrone is either probably working with counsel on the ground there in California, or he is making arrangements to be able to litigate this case on this plaintiff's behalf. So now it's all starting to make sense. The other thing that you can see that he did here is there are Jane and John Does, so 10 people that are not specifically named, but they aided and abetted in the commission of this. We saw this in the Little Rod complaint. We also saw this in the Cassie complaint. Sometimes if you need that time to bring people in, you can name them as John and Jane Doe, specifically because these people were employees, it sounds like, of Bad Boy and the Diddy enterprise. So what?
Get into that. Get into that, y'all.
Oh, let's get into this. Now, here's the thing. My connections with, right, the news box has said, if you guys don't know, the news box are a collection of lawyers, blah, 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 right? We can call them the Royal Rota, the whatever. It doesn't even matter. The news people that are in the know that cover court cases, not the ones that are in Diddy's attorney's pockets, not the ones.
To do something like that for the stream, but anyway, I'm getting into character right now. Let's get back to this document. During the relevant period, defendants ABC Corps 1 through 10 are currently unknown entities who employed the plaintiff or aided and abetted in the commission of what happened. Jurisdiction, so he's talking about the jurisdiction, where can you sue, what state, you know, the venue, all of that stuff. Let's go to the facts. So this happened in July of 2022. Grace was working on Victorious, a super yacht built by Yacht and owned and operated by Fraser. Grace, as a temporary second stewardess for the company, it looks like she was working for a company called Iquium. Grace worked in her, so she's a temp for Iquium. And in her
Fighting for clout, not the blogging. No shade to blogging, because you know that's what I do, right? Shout out to all seekers of truth, right? They are saying that, right? The indictment is, his arrest, not indictment, because the indictment coming. One verified long-term freak-off survivor. It's either Cassie or Little Rod that has actually testified in front of the grand jury. But that's not it. They don't just have that. They have numerous people, and they have a gang of evidence. It's not anymore, is he going to get indicted? His team is bracing for it. Sean Hawley and all of them are preparing for it. The indictment's coming. Diddy's arrest is guaranteed. within the next 30 days. Within the next 30 days. So far, the predictions are blank and racial and drug trafficking and wire fraud. I am waiting on confirmation if there was anything dealing with weapons. Also, and I gotta put the
temporary position for a month on Victorious, then was subsequently offered a permanent position due to her professionalism. So she started as a temp, and then she got her job full time. It says that she had passion for her job and great customer service skills. On or about September 2022, Grace had been part of a dedicated team at the Monaco Boat Show, tasked with selling charters for Victorious to high net worth clients such as Christian and Diddy. In December, Grace and her team were advised that the yacht had been successfully chartered for the 2022 holiday period. Well, that's not a lot of notice. Like if you got hired in December, so that means they probably hired you for a holiday party. Grace changed her personal holiday family plans to accommodate the charter service and flew to St. Martin to prepare for the yacht service. Grace soon learned that the client who chartered the yacht were the defendants. Defendants Sean Diddy Combs and his family. Defendants Diddy Combs, and had full control over the staff and premises of the yacht. This is building up, guys. You feel it? Although Grace was used to working in discreet and VIP environments, this is one of her first times working with an A-list celebrity.
this out there, and I don't want to start any mess, even though that's what I do for a living. But I joke not to you. There's also been rumors of, and I know it sounds outlandish, we're going to wait to see what it says. There's also been rumors that Diddy has been laundering money for the cartel, right? Oddly enough, I did all of these trademarks, and around the time he was accused of money laundering for the cartel, right? It has been shown that he actually applied for a trademark for the Combs cartel. I lie to you not. For the Combs. On top of that, do you know that the landscaping company that Diddy uses, along with the, the booby trap that is the blank worker place that he sent Murad and them to actually procure, they are rumored to be run by the cartel, right? Specifically, the Mexico cartel. We'll wait to see what pans out on this. This could be why the feds rolled up in their squad.
Because of this, Grace and the rest of the team assigned to the yacht were determined to make the holidays special for defendant Sean Diddy Combs and his family. For the duration of the trip, Grace was assigned the 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. shift. That already feels like this just feels like it's gonna go off the rails. We're only on.
So listen, just because she was there, and she never worked with big A-list people, it does not mean that she should have been subjected to what she said that she was subjected to. At the end of the day, she was there to work. That was not in her contract, and I think that she was very much so blindsided on the dark side of working in those type of fields. You know?
Line 28. Are y'all ready? Buckle up. Let's keep going. So she's on the 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. shift. What happens? This shift, commonly known as a late shift, was very busy. Late shift duties included dinner and drink service for the clients for the entire 12-hour period. Dinner and drink service had to be carried out with minimum staff support or backup during the night shift, since only 2 individuals were assigned. Although Diddy was always typically on the yacht, his sons, Christian and Justin, were staying in a luxury villa nearby, but joined their father aboard the yacht most evenings. Okay, so they weren't staying on the yacht. Diddy was. Diddy leased it. Diddy was staying on it. The boys were staying at a villa. Their lives sound so... Anyway, they were staying at a villa nearby, but they were not staying on the yacht. During the second week of the charter service, there was a significant amount of partying and drug use. Not a surprise. Which caused the guests to stay up throughout the night. Makeup of the yacht quickly evolved from just Diddy and his family to include a constant rotation of suspected.
Maria says he's acting like his father. Yes, that's what Sean. Very, very, very aggressive. They're saying that he's very aggressive, and from what was in Cassie's lawsuit, and I think that we need to open that back up tonight. What do y'all think? We need to open that up, along with going over these documents right here, because we left off on page 5. Remember, we left off on page 5. And this is the Alexander versus Leanne, the opinion and order. For the plaintiff, Tyrone A. Blackburn. For defendant, Lisa Lynn Tresby. The Denise Coates situation. Remember that? Remember that? Remember this? We can get back into this. We left off on page 5. It's creepy that they were playing Cassie's Me and You in the background. Exactly. Okay. And see, I was, I knew more things would come out. So I'm just like, okay, at least I want to give all parties the benefit of the doubt. That's a part of the, what we do here. All right, let's go.
Sex workers and other A-list celebrities we gotta turn the page, such as French Montana and actor Cuban Gooding Jr., the plot thickens. French Montana? That's a surprise to me. That's a surprise to me. Guys, I'm gonna take a quick super chat break because this is starting to get really good. This is starting to get really good. I can't wait to see who's on.
All right, as she go ahead and take her break, we're gonna go ahead and run on over here to Tisa Tales. All right, so let's go ahead and see what Tisa Tales has to say.
Deep. When I say that Diddy is alleged to be involved in some dark mess, baby, it's dark mess. Now, they're saying that the arrest, not the indictment, but the arrest is guaranteed to come in the next 30 days. Everybody in the press are, when I say everybody, the connections I have, right?
Yes.
Are on high alert. They got their...
We're on high alert, everyone. We are on high alert. High alert.
Stories ready. They got this. All they need is the details. They even have like the pictures they're going to use. Let me get my thumbnail ready. However,
let me get my thumbnail ready.
Other source and was like, yo, did you hear? Because let me just tell y'all something. Y'all know
Thank you, Miss Tisa. No. We want to thank you for telling us. Because now you get me prepared. Here, let me write that down. Let me go ahead and write that down. Let me go ahead and write that down. Okay, get into it. Get into it. Let me go ahead and write that down, Miss Tisa. You right. Come on. Yes. Okay, got my notes. Get into it. Yes. High alert. Let's go.
Nosy, right? Y'all know I know a lot of people, right? Don't take my word for anything. This is my opinion. I do need to say, Diddy does say he's 100% innocent. He says that he has done none of these things. He says this is all speculation written by a salacious attorney. He says he would never, ever in a million years do that, right? They were just all having fun.
So they were just having fun. Okay. AV, what's going on in those documents?
Get their Bloody Mary, put it on a tray, and you go and try to bring it to them, and you're stepping over sprawled out sex workers. Oh, and it was difficult to distinguish which bottles of alcohol were laced with drugs and which bottles were not. Oh my God, it is important to note that as a bartender, Grace understands the impact of alcohol and the likelihood a person would not generally become intoxicated following one mixed drink. Because of this, plaintiff found it very suspicious that after one shot of Don Leon tequila or one mixed drink, various women on the yacht would be falling over themselves, panicking, or passing out. Oh my God. This led plaintiff to reasonably believe that the alcohol given to these women was likely laced with drugs. Man, oh man. So, Grace, the plaintiff in this lawsuit, seems to be a bartender. So that was probably the job that she was doing on the yacht, is bringing people drinks from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m., the late shift. There are sex workers literally on the ground all over this yacht. Oh my God. But what she is saying here is that something suspicious was happening because there were bottles everywhere. But they had to be, and I don't think it was her, because she would be liable under the service that she worked for if they put the drinks, drugs inside of the drinks and laced them. So allegedly what she's saying here is that it was hard to determine what was laced and what was not. But she is saying that someone in Diddy's eco environment was lacing these bottles because people would have, or the women would have one drink, and then all of a sudden they're wilding out.
Now listen here. What do y'all think about that? Hey, Miss Ariel Summers. She says, hello to you, beautiful Queen Tulsa, 111. Maria. Hi, how are you? We over here discussing the P. Diddy. What do you think about it, Miss Ariel? 111, what do you think about it, my brother? Miss Maria, what do you think about it? Who else in here? What do y'all think about this story? I mean, this whole lawsuit and everything. We got Tisa Tales. We got AV. We've got Wendy Williams giving us tea. What do y'all think about that? I want to hear from you. I want to hear from y'all. What do y'all think about this? Do y'all feel like P. Diddy is innocent? Do y'all feel like there's an arrest coming soon? Do y'all feel like Diddy has really used his last leg? Or he's on his last leg? 111 says, hi, Ariel Summers.
Nothing illegal about this. Who wouldn't want to have a freak off like the way Cassie described, right?
Oh.
I don't think he's on it, but I'm sure he maintains his innocence. Just to let you guys know, what I'm reporting is based upon my information and belief from various information sources. What the streets are saying, court documents, inside sources, and also just my speculation. But I'll let y'all know when it's my opinion, right? Just to let you guys know, okay? Mm-hmm. So when I actually see is something true, I hear a lot of mess all the time. I do. Again, I'm nosy and I like for people to tell me mess, but also I actually like do research things. And when I hear something, whether it's like, ooh, right, like tell me more, or what, I'm like, what? I always run it by at least 3 of my sources. Because yes, the streets can talk, and yes.
All right, Wani, okay, hold on. 111 and Maria says, hello, Ariel. Wani says, hell to the no, Bobby. He's guilty. Maria says the evidence and testimony is overwhelming. LOL, Wani. Ariel says, hey, Bambi girl, you strength her legs. He is on his last leg. Yes, he's definitely on his last leg. But get into this lawsuit now. Listen to this.
Falling, they're stumbling over themselves, they're panicking, they're passing out. This is crazy. It's supposed to be a friendly holiday yacht party, but like they didn't just lease it for one party. Diddy leased this yacht for like the holiday season. So he had more than one party. Oh my God, let's go to 37. Plaintiff Grace was aware that Rodney Jones, aka Little Rod, a producer who was employed to work on the Love album, was required to be on standby for musical recordings, often late into the night. The Love album, Off the Grid, is the 5th studio album by American rapper and record producer Diddy Combs, released on September 15th, 2023. Little Rod was accepted as an extended member of the service staff and spent time with Grace at the service bar and piano room where he played the piano. On or about the early morning of December 28th, 2022, so we are now post-Christmas, the evening shift started as normal. At about 5 a.m., Grace was messaged on the on-duty phone that defendant Christian Combs would be joining the yacht by tender, a small craft that runs back and forth from the larger yacht and used for servicing and providing support and entertainment to a private or charter yacht. So, defendant Christian wanted to be brought over to the bigger yacht, Victorious, to record in the yacht's makeshift recording studio with Mr. Jones. I love that it says makeshift.
Saying when the gunshots rang out, now whoever threw the, pulled the trigger, whatever, Puffy ran out of the club so fast and got into the waiting SUV. It wasn't until he got into the truck that he realized that he left Jennifer behind, along with his bodyguard, Anthony Wolf. He just ran. Forget it. That's a true sign of an itch bag, by the way. Leaving his wife.
It was an unpaid.
Well, eventually, Jennifer and Wolf made their way to the SUV without Puffy. Right. They ran 11 lights to elude the cops. Supposedly it was Puffy, although people are saying they saw a female hand tossing a gun out the window. And then when the cops stopped them. They found a second gun, of course, in the car.
Right.
All four of the occupants, the driver, the bodyguard, Puffy and Jennifer, were handcuffed and taken down to the precinct. And eventually, Puffy and his bodyguard, Wolf, were overheard talking about their plot to bribe the driver to take the rap for the gun. And
but I literally, for people that I think are in the know, I'll be like, yo, did you hear that like grand jury's assembled, right? And if one person tells me that, but my other 3 or 4 people I talk to are like, I ain't heard that, I'm just like, oh, okay, so maybe, I don't know. So I try not to go out on a ledge too much. But when I say every single source I talked to said, they told me last week that the grand jury was being assembled. They also told me sometime in May Diddy was done for. But I waited to say anything because like my other sources are like, I don't know. And baby, when I say that everybody I talked to said, oh yeah, they've already had testimony. The feds have evidence that they've been compiling for the last 10 years. On top of that, again, the testimony. And they're having a few other people testify. Diddy should have paid Cassie off early and he should have settled with Little Rod. Again, as much as Diddy's lawyers want to act like Little Rod is cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs and ain't nothing.
Yes. Did she say Wolf and just as possible that? Yes. Yes. And listen here. I'm not on my well, we're not using a different technology, but I do have a photo of him and Wolf like in this vehicle. I'll post it on the community wall. That photo of him and Wolf. Yes. Yes. Justin looks just like Wolf. Like, no kidding. Like, he does. It's a toss-up between Wolf and Suge Knight, but it's definitely not Diddy. Exactly. You're right on that one. Let's go.
Nothing in this case, and he don't got any evidence, which Little Rod's waiting for his time in a court of law. Baby, the feds seem to see. And as much as TMZ thinks that Little Rod hasn't spoken to the feds and 50 Cent is like, is he even for real? If he haven't spoken to the feds, why would you listen to TMZ when TMZ, the owner of TMZ, Harvey, who's still actively involved, and Sean Hawley are like this? Why would you listen to that? Of course, well, Little Rod, I think it's fair to say, the feds leave no stone unturned, and Little Rod is a big stone. And unlike Cassie, who was with Diddy, they broke up like what, 8 years ago or whatever. And she knows a lot. Don't get me wrong. She knows a lot, even as far as Diddy with the bang bangs and the firearm and all this other stuff. Little Rod was currently in Diddy's house. He knows where the security systems are.
In and out. In and out. He lived there. Even in a lawsuit, he says, I stayed with him for X amount of time. That man was there. He is. Wolf's twin, I'm just saying. Yeah. I feel like, yeah, he looks more like Wolf. When I look at a photo of Wolf and him side by side, I said, yeah, that's all Wolf right there. And wow. Isn't that just something? Like Miss Kim is gone, Wolf is gone, Black Rob and everybody else is gone. And guess who's still here? Faith, Stevie, Diddy, and Lil' Kim, she's just over there to the side. Lil' Kim is just over there to the side. But let me tell you this. The reason why Diddy, in my opinion, is cool with Faith is because those Biggie arrangements, that money, Stevie J was the filler. Okay, you go ahead and trap this itch and you get that money. So what is Stevie J receiving right now? He's receiving money from Faith Evans, alimony. And guess what? Her income is based off of whose income? The residuals that come in every month for Biggie. So you see how the trio works, and then you got Mary J. Blige, oh crackheaded ass. She said that she had smoked crack back in her day. Let's go.
He knows where all the cameras are. He's been in there to pick up his Uber Eats. He's actually said it. Little Rod knows the layout of Diddy's house. To the point of everybody's talking about if he's taking Little Rod an FBI apartment, because everything he said has come to pass. And as much as they keep saying he ain't got no proof, he ain't got no proof, baby, does he really need proof when the feds are actually finding this out? But anyway, this is the thing I want to get into. My
111 says, very suspicious. I wonder about Jamie Foxx too. Remember, he was just hospitalized, and I heard he would party with Diddy. All right. Good stuff. Give me 1 second.
second source. And baby, when this comes to pass, y'all gonna give me my flowers. Y'all gonna give me my flowers. We've been waiting on this.
We are.
You know, holding hands,
I don't want
having our
Tisa.
grandma or Mima's.
Tisa, we are going to give you your flowers. I don't know what. Tisa, why don't you say that? We are going to give you your flowers. She said, I can't wait till y'all get. We giving you your flowers right now. Mm-hmm. We'll get into this, y'all. Y'all remember this?
And just shut it. I'll be like, yo, Fox, like, Puffs, man. It's kind of, I'm like, damn, shit is crazy, man. Huh? So what I did was, I would show up to the party in my little town car. There's a town, you know. I grabbed a town car so I could skirt. Puff the SUVs and the Bentleys, the whole night. He get out. I get out too with a camera. The big Canon, like, yo, Puff, I should document this shit, right? Yo, what's up, Playboy? what you talking about? I said, no, I should get this, man. You, Fonz, with the whole nine. He says, yeah, let him through. Excuse me. So I get this. But at that time, it wasn't like the little camera y'all got in. It was the big intrusive Canon. I had a battery pack. Hold on, man. Let me change the pack. Put my light on here. Do that again, Puff. Do that again. I missed that one. Do that again. Put the pack. So I started following him.
This is Jamie Foxx. This is Jamie Foxx right here, y'all. Trigger warning, allegedly fair use commentary, fair use. Get into it.
So I followed him the whole time. I remember watching Puff at the Beverly Hills Hotel. I'm filming this. And it's a pool party that is ridiculous, man. And I look up and I see Dr. Ruth. You know who that is? The sex lady. The sex lady. I said, Miss Ruth, could you please come over here? This guy by the name of Sean P. Diddy Combs. I need you to come meet him. I need this for my camera. Dr. Ruth and Puff at the Beverly Hills Hotel pool dancing, doing their thing, right? And you know what they're dancing to? Over in the corner, God bless, is Heavy D, Andre Harrell, and they listening to a demo. You know what the demo is? Right. Bum, 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 bum.
Beyonce.
That's crazy.
Wow.
And Andre Harrell, run that back. Run that back. That's the one right there. That's going to be the one. You just missed at the ordering of the champagne, the whole nine. Country, get this. If you call me country, I'm going to say, get this. So I'm filming it. That's the one. That's the record right there. Run it back. So Dr. Ruth Puff dancing, right? All of a sudden I get this, and then I flip the camera this way. There's Demi Moore and some young dude. I don't know who dude is. So I said, Puff, who that? Oh, that's the young cat, Ashton Kutcher. I said, cool. So
That's the young cat, Ashton Kutcher. People are wondering why is Ashton Kutcher being brought up? Jamie brought him up. He was over there in the corner with Demi Moore. Lord, not Dr. Ruth. If he has their own film, that will definitely break the internet. Listen. Baby, Jamie told us about him. Jamie, you want to tell us some more, baby? Come on.
I asked Demi Moore, I said, is it cool if I... She said, sure, whatever.
Look, he said he asked Demi Moore if it was okay if he recorded her. She said, sure, it's okay, Jamie. You know, was she... Did she have any beverages in her hand? like where the drinks flowing, you know. Wani11 says Diddy was a young dude. Oh, let's get it. Let's go.
You know, it was probably a wild night. So I watched when they first, got together. So what happened was, I'm following Puff, and his parties were like amazing. We're in Philly one day. I fly to Philly, town car, same business, go
Philly.
up. But Puff say this party, Playboy, this party right here, I see it.
Philly. Y'all keep that in mind. Philly. Wasn't there like a whole heap of children that came up missing in Philly? Just, I want to say last year. Was that last year? I want to say last year. There was a whole bunch of kids that had come up missing in Philly. Yeah. That's Meek Mill's stomping grounds.
$1.5 million. I said, nigga, what? You spent $1.5 million on this party? I said, you come to my house, I'll throw you a party for $400, and it will rival this, not in scale, but the people there, because that's how I started. I was the first social media dude.
That was Cleveland. Okay, Cleveland, Ohio. Okay. Yeah, that was Cleveland. My bad. But I think it was a group of, it was some kids went missing in Philly as well. I'm going to have to look that up, y'all. It was some kids that went missing in Philly.
Cards. This is 91. I had cue cards, and I would have people sign and put their pager numbers on it. And I would call during the week. I'm going to be here. So I had 800 signatures, 600 women, 200 guys. So it became a floating party. So when Puff came to LA, he said, yo, Playboy, Saturday morning, make that shit happen. I said, I'm on it. Went into my phones, called 200, because I didn't have a big house, 200 of my best friends, girls that were beautiful, but not tight, but not slutty, just in the daytime. It's daytime. This is my daytime crew, right? He get there, he goes, that's the girl on this movie, and that's the girl on that. I said, yeah, we all hang out. We ain't got no money, but we all hang out together. I said, look on the table. Kentucky Fried Chicken, but I put on some nice plates and some cola and a picture of the whole night. And it was great. He had a great time. And that was that same party that Pharrell was at. But what I started doing in order to get art.
Pharrell was there, y'all.
Because what they're saying here is like, okay, Diddy rented the yacht. But not only were there parties happening on the yacht, they made a little makeshift recording studio. I think I remember this now, because when we were looking at the other document, Lead and I, we were looking at it and we saw a picture of Cuba Gooding Jr. and a picture of Little Rod. And, we were looking at how weird it looked when Cuba, let me take this down for a second, when Cuba had his arm around Little Rod and like holding his thighs, like, what do you, what's up, Little Rod? Like, it was a little strange. But if you look at the background of that image, what we didn't pick up on is that Little Rod was looking at a computer screen and smiling, because, it looked like an uncomfortable smile, but it looked like he was working on something. And Cuba looked a little, little lit. So I think what we can deduce from this is Little Rod was actually there to work and to actually do recording and to actually produce this album. It seemed like they were working on the Love album.
Well, that's what he was saying in his lawsuit. Yes, bring our angels home. Prayers up. And prayers out there for all of our royal butterflies and everybody. Shout out to the, this is SA Awareness Month. We want to wrap our butterfly wings around you and let you know that you are safe here and that we love you and that we care about you.
Right? So that's something to, looks like it is. Looks like it is. Defendant Christian Combs arrived in the tender and was heavily intoxicated. Remember, this is 5 a.m., guys. Grace suspected that Christian was intoxicated from a mixture of narcotics and alcohol. It's a suspicion. We don't know. Upon entering the recording studio, Christian immediately started ordering that tequila shots be poured from the bottle of alcohol he may have bought onto the yacht. Ironically, Christian was... Oh, my God. Cassie, I feel bad now. I'm going to read it. Cassie, I feel so bad. Let's read it. Shut up. I don't even want to make fun of free coffee meals anymore. This is not okay. Ironically, Christian was playing Cassie's Me and You In the background, Cassie was an artist under Diddy and his former love interest, who also accused Combs of serious SA and mental abuse. In the studio, Christian asked Grace to bring shots to the recording studio sun deck, and Grace obliged as she was the only serving steward at the time.
Prayer circles, doing everything we can. Was I praying for the downfall of a predator? Absolutely. And if anybody had any sense, they would be doing the same thing, baby. We pray for demons to fall around here. Now, has it been proven in a court of law Diddy is a demon? No. But I believe all the victims, and I also believe.
111 says for Benjamin Button disease, allegedly. I'm just saying. But you know what? It's given. Pharrell stole Alfonso Bentley's identity. Y'all didn't catch that, did you? Y'all didn't catch that. Y'all didn't catch that Pharrell stole Bentley's identity. Get into that. Why is it that he don't talk much? Pharrell. He was very talkative early in his career. Fonzo didn't talk. Fonzo was just there as the chauffeur with the umbrella. But let's go.
That, Diddy should have just given Little Rod his yacht when he had a chance. All that mess he was promising Little Rod, it looks like he won't have to give it to him against his will. But all jokes aside, it's supposed to be in the indictment. The indictment, Diddy. Sean Hawley and Diddy's team has been furiously reporting on. However, I went to my other sources, and you guys, this is an exclusive.
Exclusive.
Just give me my flowers.
I'm giving you your flowers, Tisa Tail. That's why y'all please drop Tisa Tail channel one more time. We gotta give her flowers, y'all. She really up on this. She is really up on it, baby. Whoo. Oh, we have more. Baby, get into this.
When it comes to pass, please give me my flowers when it comes to pass.
Okay, Tisa, we gonna give you your flowers. World news. Yes. We got world news, actually. Oh. I might just do world news either tonight or tomorrow. I'm a little sore. I don't know. Was I kicking some dance moves or something? Oh, I was in my skates yesterday. Yeah, I'm definitely feeling it today. That's how we're reviewing. Let's go.
Poor girl. Grace noticed immediately that he was particularly attentive
Maria,
with
work.
her, which she considered very
Maria
inappropriate.
says world news.
However, Grace began to become concerned when Christian.
Listen here. We are going to get up on that world news here in a bit, okay? I'm going to make some time. Trust me, okay? We've got our yeah. Woo! That's how you know you had a good time. I'm like, whoa, what was I doing yesterday? President Biden trip cut. Instead of going to the club tonight, we get into world. Let's go.
Insisted that she take shots of tequila he may have bought on board the yacht. Okay, yeah, that's a little bit of a concern.
Uh-oh. Closure on Iraq and Israel airspace. Yeah, I read some news about that, and I actually have a recording that I want to share with you all. If y'all are down, would y'all mind coming back like maybe 10, 10:30, 11 tonight? And we can just go through all this instead of going out to the club, Yeah, it's something very, very heavy going on right now. And we were threatened to not get involved or we was gonna be attacked. But I'm gonna save that for the next one. You say, yeah, you down? Okay, so we'll come back at about 10:30, 11 tonight. We'll do world news. World news tonight, if y'all are interested in world news. The chickens have come home to roost, honey. The chickens have come home to roost.
The bartender. She's bringing everybody drinks. Christian says, bring everybody shots. But he also pulls out this magic bottle. Who's drinking out of that? He brings his own bottle to a place that has alcohol for days. Your dad has a super yacht. Your dad rented a super yacht. You guys can get food and drinks unlimited from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. You're getting on this super yacht at 5 a.m. It seems like...
If not, what I'll do is, you know, sometimes I'll like go to sleep early, and then I'll get up, and I'll go to sleep, and then I'll wake up super early. So we should do it for the rising. Okay, Mother Hen says wait until Monday, and we can. Okay, sound check, please. Magic bottle. Was there a genie in it? Child. Yes, child. Sound check. Are we good? All right, Mother Hen. So Mother Hen has spoken. Says no, don't do it tonight. Mother Hen says I can't do it tonight. Some rest. Okay. Maria, can we agree that Mother Hen says I can't do it tonight? The chickens that come home to roost, honey. She said, I'll talk about the world news. To the Monday. She said what she said.
The other source that is even more plugged in on the front line said 30 days. We give it at most 10 days before that man is dog walked by the U.S. Marshals in handcuffs. They said and they're not even talking about what's going on with Christian, because that's a whole different case. They're talking about what's going to happen to Diddy. So 10 days on the calendars, y'all. So y'all can
listen here. I'm gonna tell you like this. Mother Hen, she's got a beef with Diddy because she heard all the allegations. So she's like, sis, she's like, daughter, stay on him.
listen. So y'all can give me my flowers. Oh.
I'll keep y'all posted. Mother Hen, how's your laugh, Queen Tulsa? Thank you, Maria.
Okay, if I'm wrong, y'all can come back and be like, T said what happened? Because y'all know y'all love to do that. Baby, so 10 days out is the feds. Do they work on the weekends? Let's give it 10 business days, shall we? 10 business days out is the 26th of April. That is 10 business days out. If we look at 30 days out, 30 business days, assuming the feds don't work on the weekends, that is the 1, 2, 3, 4. It is May, give or take a few days, May or 17th is the 30 days out.
May 17th is JAGUARWRIGHT's birthday. Listen here. Let me take that back a little bit. Do y'all know Jaguar's birthday, May 17th? Tisa's going to tell us the tea.
2, 3, 4. It is May, give or take a few days, May or 17th is the 30 days out. So
May 17th on Jaguar's birthday. Remember some allegations that come out on the 27th anniversary of Biggie Smalls' Life After Death album? Are y'all following me here? Let's go.
we are looking between April 26th and May 17th for you guys to see on TV that Diddy will be in handcuffs being marched.
JAGUARWRIGHT's birthday. Did y'all just hear her? Wait. Listen.
10 business days out. If we look at 30 days out, 30 business days, assuming the feds don't work on the weekends, that is the 1, 2, 3, 4. It is May, give or take a few days, May or 17th is the 30 days out. So we are looking between April 26th and May 17th for you guys to see on TV that Diddy will be in handcuffs being marched out. I repeat, between April 26th at the earliest, they said sometime within the next 10 days, but that is the earliest. Between April 26th and May 17th, we will see Diddy. They will announce his indictment, arrest, and he will be formally charged. The charges are currently Again,
Wait
the
a
charges
minute.
are all speculation because the grand jury here.
Okay, wait a minute. Don't give it all to us just yet. AV, go ahead and give us something out of them the lawsuit documents.
You're a little twisted at this time. But why would you bring your own bottle? That's already suspicious. You see how like a jury would interpret this like magic bottles?
Magic bottles, y'all.
In. And we're only on page 7. This is starting to get
And that's
crazy.
just page 7, y'all.
So, Grace got concerned because Kristen insisted she take shots of tequila he may have bought on board the yacht. Under pressure and wanting to be polite, Grace did it. I would never drink out of that bottle. Prior to this, Grace witnessed Diddy create a Black Santa video, which showed him demanding the captain, various head of departments, and crew take a shot of tequila with him. Listen, what did Cat
No.
Williams say? When Diddy wants to party with you, you have to say no.
No. No, I don't want to party. No. No, no. You know what? No. You know, you want some of this party too? No. I'm out of here. Let me go. No, I gotta go. I got prior engagements. I have prior engagements, love. Listen here. As soon as I hear a beat thump, oh, it's time to go. Where you going to get something out the car? I gotta go.
Oh my gosh. This is interesting. And shout out to Winter. Thank you so much for
Listen, y'all. We gonna over here. Do y'all see that? We keep going in and out. Okay, so we're back. That part, Maria, you have to tell Diddy no. You have to tell him no. You got to tell them no. No, sir. I wonder who sealed those bottles after they were laced. Well, see, this is the thing. The bottles allegedly were somewhere else and being transported back. See, and then the bottles, they were being, like, okay, so boom. You already know that this is open, right? But let's just say that it wasn't. Okay, well, this is for them, this is for them, this is for them. Everybody's getting a drink, right? But little do we know, there's another bottle that maybe look just like this, and everybody else got it over there. So, when you're at a party, it's like, okay, well, it's several bottles of this, It's several bottles of this. What are you talking about? Here's a bottle, there's a bottle. So you got to think about, like, put yourself in a situation. It's going to be bottles around. Listen, it's a lit party. But what he's saying is there's a bottle that's extradized over here, and then it's one that's normalized over here. I'm trying to make sense of it. Y'all let me know if we're making sense of it. Maria says someone knowledgeable in drinks, or they learned how to reseal without noticing it, or it came that way. 111 says it's probably because of the Biden trip and the closure of the air spaces. The internet is in overdrive. You know what? You might be on to something. Can we get a how you doing in the chat? How you doing?
in the documents. Tyrone did this with T.I., Tiny, Puff, and Nicki. Yeah, thank you so much for saying that, Winter. What I will tell you guys before we continue is just from a legal perspective. I've been studying this stuff for 8 years, getting ready to take the bar exam. And all of these books back here, they're filled with what? Cases. I still have access to Westlaw. That is filled with what? Cases. Thousands and thousands of case transfer, thousands of legal documents that I've seen in my entire life. I have never seen legal documents that include pictures. So I will say that. No shade to Tyrone. It looks like he's an actual barred attorney in New York. But I will say that I have not seen them myself. Right? I've not seen pictures included in complaints before. So I did think that was a little strange. But thank you, Winter. We're going to read it. I mean, it's out there. This is highly publicized. This is a public record. This is a public document.
Well, let's get into these comments. It's probably because of yep, at Wani. So it's probably because of the Biden trip and the closure of the air spaces. The internet is in overdrive. How you doing? Maria says there are resellers on Amazon for wine bottles. Wow. Yeah, I'm definitely taking my own libations with me to any other parties. Okay. For real resellers, yeah, I just Googled it. Oh my goodness. Let's
So if
go.
there's issues with the document, the courts can take that up. But as far as right now, I'm gonna keep watching. I'm gonna keep reading. We're gonna keep going. All right. So as this is a pattern established by the captain of the yacht and the defendants, Diddy, plaintiff felt comfortable knowing that little Rod was present.
But look, why is the captain taking shots of tequila allegedly? Why is this captain, getting turned up? I mean, anybody operating any machinery, no ma'am. You wait until you get off. Maria says they can use that to reseal after lacing it. Ooh. Maria's captain should be sober. Exactly. Anything, a wave could just come out of nowhere. How are you going to react in such a way that is going to help everybody else? You are going to take them foes down. Bring your own bottle. It's not a suggestion anymore. It's a must. Listen here. You know what they should have been doing is, Diddy them, since they like the yacht, we need to get the yacht that they was on, and we just need to take them on out to Lake Lanier and let them yacht out. Let them jump in the water, take a swim, you know, put them out there for a week. I mean, a whole season. That's how they like the yacht, right? Put them out on Lake Lanier for a whole season. Yeah. Take them on out there. Uh-huh. Yeah. Let's go.
And didn't think anything more of it. She felt that she would take one shot and he would let her return to the pantry. So Grace thought that if she took a shot, Christian would leave her alone. According to the plaintiff at this point, the mood changed and things became sinister. Ooh. Christian insisted that Grace stay chatting and sit beside him. Grace resisted and remained polite, asking to leave. Christian became aggressive and insisted that Grace take a further shot and sit beside him. At this point, Christian violently grabbed plaintiff's arm and began hurting her. He pulled Grace to the seat beside him and prevented her from getting up. Plaintiff insisted that she had to return to the pantry, but her pleas fell on deaf ears. Angered, Christian forced plaintiff to take another shot. Grace was scared and realized she was in a very dangerous situation. Grace, who was also feeling the effect of the tequila shots, quickly suspected that the tequila was spiked. At this point, the situation escalated. Grace started to be physically assaulted. But what? Hang on. So she's hanging out. Defendant C. Combs is Christian. She realized that she was in a bad situation. So 53, 54, 55.
Okay, Maria says my ear as well, so it's not just you. Okay. I just want you all to get the message. 111 says no, not the tequila. Yes, honey. Yes. We go right back to the tequila. Remember? I gave you all an example. Okay, well here's a bottle, everything looked the same, da, 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 da. But then he got a magic bottle. Magic potion. Hocus pocus type of stuff.
What is this escalation in 55? She says that the situation escalated and she was assaulted by Diddy now.
Oh.
S. Combs instead of C. Combs. Where did Diddy come from in this? Wow. I don't see him here in the way that this is described. The last time that we talk about Diddy was on line 48. And she talks about Diddy on line 48 when they say that he was doing the Black Santa video. Then they get into us talking about, this is strange.
I don't get it either, AV. 111 says, I don't trust any rapper on liquor. And then this is the thing. Really, I don't trust the entourage of, what I'm saying, like these, I don't know. And then it just goes deeper than that. You have the bartenders or whatever the case that might be, bartending the party or something like that. You know what I'm saying? It's just so, yeah, I'd rather go ahead and bring, pregame and then show up to the spot or whatever, and have my drinks or whatever before I get in. And I don't know. I don't know. I have to seen it being made. That just makes you just wonder. But yeah, as long as I see it made, like if I'm out at a restaurant, yeah, I'll order me a drink. But in those type of parties, no, you cannot just be acting like you're out at a restaurant and stuff like that. Uh, Diddy 111 says Diddy has ruined it for me. Bring your own bottle. Bring your own bottle and your flask. Exactly. Let's go.
Like how this is, there's something wrong with the sequence of events. This is also what I was talking about, guys. Like in legal documents, you need to be very clear about how it happened, because in a complaint, you need to outline everything that happened in sequential order. I can already see there's an issue there with how that happened. So if you're a defense attorney, damn, I'm already out here giving the game. I'm already out here giving the game. I don't think it's a typo, Laura. I don't think it's a typo at all. I think that is a sequential issue. It doesn't feel right. I don't know about you guys. I don't know. The alarm bells in my mind are going off with that. Let's keep going. Thanks, Laura, by the way. Let's go back to that. So she's starting to feel the effect of the tequila shots, and she thought that it was spiked. Now, she said that she was being assaulted by Diddy. He touched her legs, her breasts, her anus, and her vajay. He also proceeded to touch her neck, face, and hands. The timeline at this point is very blurry to Grace, as she does not recall exactly what happened to her due to the spiked tequila shots. Luckily for Grace, due to Diddy's instance on Mr. Jones recording everything, Mr. Jones has an audio recording of Christian drugging and essaying her. Below is a transcript of the recording forcing Grace to consume the laced shots of Don Leon tequila. Ooh, okay. Audio 1. Yo, it's the shot clock. That's what Christian says. Grace, no, I'm not doing shots. Christian says, everybody, we gotta take a shot. Okay, that's the first audio recording. Audio 2. I'll just put the ledge. Christian, no, take the whole thing. Grace, no, you will take it as well. Christian, take the whole shot. Grace, I'm only doing it as long as you take it as well. I ain't going to lie. I'm not taking nothing. Please take the shot. Grace, are you drugging me? Oh my God. Christian, take the shot. Hey, yo, play another beat one time, because now below is a transcript of Christian's essay of the plaintiff. Oh my God, do I have to read this? The fact that Cassie's Me and You is playing in the background is so sickening. If this is true, this is so bad.
Hi, Simon.
Oh my God, I can't believe I have to read this to you guys. Ew. All right.
Of evidence, and then they decide what they want. Let's also not forget the grand jury. The defense, which is he, does not have a right to defend himself. He doesn't have a chance to cut. If you guys don't know what a grand jury is, let me just explain really quick. When they say a grand jury is assembling, that means that they are getting 30 or 40 unbiased people across different race, colors, creed, religion. You know that whole jurisprudence, just trial. They bring them in, they sequester them. Sequester means that the grand jury is done in quiet. It also means, usually depending on how long the testimony takes, sometimes it can take 1 day, sometimes it can take a week. If it takes more than 1 day, they put all the grand jury, sequester them. They put them in a hotel or some place where they're not allowed to use their phones, talk to outside people, because it's supposed to be super, super quiet. They do not notify the defense that the grand jury is being formed. They do not notify the defense that people are testifying in the grand jury. Why? This came out during gangland times, because whenever they said, oh, we're trying to press charges, people would end up sleeping with the fishes, doing all this stuff. So it's really for the people that are testifying, the prosecutors, but they also want to make sure that who they think is guilty doesn't get the leg up on them. Now, is it the fairest thing in the world? No, not if the federal government's coming at you. But if you're guilty, baby, they're going to get you no matter what. So when the grand jury is being formed, right? Assembled, they call it assembled. They're searching for the people. Once a grand jury is assembled, meaning they have the people to hear the testimony, what happens is it's only the prosecutors. Defense doesn't even know it's happening, right? They get, or they're not supposed to know it happens. The prosecutors get an open audience with the jury. They present all the information they have. They even get people to testify. It has been confirmed to me that at least one of the FO victims have already testified in front of the grand jury. That's how they know that the arrest is coming. Okay. And when I say they, I'm talking about my sources, not the person that actually testified, right? It is unclear whether it is Cassie or it is Little Rod. They have
Listen, either one Listen, Cassie's attorney said that they are willing to help. They are willing to help. By all means necessary, whatever it is that they have to do. Whatever it is that they have to do. All right. Diddy's Astro World. 3 decades before the 2021 Astro World tragedy, a similar sinister event played out at a Diddy event at the City College of New York in Harlem. The event, titled Heavy D and Puff Daddy Celebrity Charity Game, had Big Daddy Kane, Ed Lover, members of Run DMC, and Michael Bivins of Belle Biv DeVoe competing in an exhibition basketball game. The college gym had a legal capacity of 2,730, but thousands more attempted to cram into the venue for the event. Promoters allegedly oversold the event, and hundreds arrived without a ticket and attempted to force into the gym. With inadequate police or security to keep people at bay, 9 people unalived, the same initial number as before 9-year-old Ezra injuries after falling in a coma. The deceased in age from 17 to 28. 29 others were injured. It's ironic that Diddy is now a client of Lou Taylor's TriStar and so Scott at the time of the Astro World massacre. Also, court records show that Taylor's TriStar was involved in the planning of Scott's deadly Astro World concert and knew the circumstances surrounding the festival were dangerous. See below post. The evidence shows that TriStar was aware of the dangerous circumstances surrounding the festival but failed to take appropriate action to address the risk, according to court records. Remember when Diddy hosted an event that ended in 9 deaths? Sean Diddy Combs is going through the legal ringer right now, and social media is doing what it does and piling on with old videos and stories that paint him in an unflattering light. Court records show Lou Taylor's TriStar was involved in the planning of Travis Scott's deadly Astro World concert that left several dead. The evidence shows that TriStar was aware. Get into this, y'all. Okay. Oh, whoa. I gotta hit this. Okay, so look at that. See how crowded that is? Do y'all see how crowded that is? Y'all see how crowded that is? Super crowded. Oh, bless me. All right, so let's get back into it.
Actually talked to several of the FO victims. My sources are telling me that Little Rod has 100% talked to the feds. Little Rod is 100% cooperating with the feds. And Little Rod is the one that probably drew them a diagram of what Diddy's house looks like on a napkin so they could run up in there. So also not forget, when Little Rod did his letter, attorney did the letter to the judge, and Little Rod did his declaration. If you haven't seen that live, go through. It's a declaration where he outlines everything Diddy did and puts more information on it. Anyway, it's basically word for word what the feds were.
All right, let's get into it.
Cassie's Me and You song is playing in the back. Grace says, this is not an offer. Christian says, you said what? Grace says, I can't. I'm swamping out. I can't do it. I'm sorry, darling. Christian says, nah, we need you. Grace says, I'm going to stop. Stop. I have to go. I have to go. Honestly, I'm like already losing sleep. I have to go now. Christian says, you're the best one on this ship, though. Grace says, what do you mean? Christian says, who's going to replace you? Grace says, who's going to replace me? Christian says, fuck that. That's going to be trash, though. You feel me? And then Grace says, excuse me, you don't touch my legs like that. I'll move my legs where I want to. Grace says, if I want to do this, then I will. You don't touch my legs like that. Christian says, listen, you and everybody in the crew, it's great. Grace says, I can't. I have to go down. I have to go down. What? Christian says, no. Yo, tell me, listen. Grace says, what? Christian says, like, say you're just vibing with me the whole time. Grace says, I can't. I promise you, I wish I could, but I can't. Unless I say that you guys requested me. What? Oh my God, I just pulled out the headphones. That's how crazy this is. Christian says, yes, who can I talk to right now? Who can I talk to? I'm just going to say I requested you right now. Grace says, well, you can take your hand off my ass for the first thing. Wow. Well, I think on that note, before it gets a little crazy, you're just going to pop into the super chats and make sure that I'm all caught up.
Okay, let's go ahead and jump up into the comments and see if we are all caught up. Okay, let's go ahead and let's see. Bless you. Both party lives were lost. Wow, that definitely is not a coincidence. Bless you. Child, I got the sneezies. Okay. He's begging. He's a creep for real. No means no. I think it's about he said, I think it's about control. Maria says it's about control. Simon says, hey Maria. Oh, okay. So Wani says, Maria says, so the same coordinator that ran the stampede at Diddy's party is the same coordinator that did Astro World. Yes. Yes. And it was 9 people plus a 9-year-old. And then at Diddy's event, it was 9 people that, you know, something happened to.
Say. But let me get back on point, right? So back to what the grand jury does. So they give their case. They give testimony. The interesting thing with the grand jury that is different from a court of law. In a court of law, you have to prove what you're saying is true. Okay? You have to prove, the jury has to believe you. You have to prove allegations, which is what you do if a motion become in front of the court, become fact when the jury decides what's true and what's not. In the grand jury, you don't need to offer proof. You don't. Now, you can have testimony just to bring it home, especially if the accusations are really wild. So you want someone to testify in front of the grand jury, right? Who better than a long-term freak-off survivor of Diddy to do that? The interesting thing is that when the grand jury decides to indict, their job is not to decide whether what the prosecutors are saying and the evidence presented, not to decide whether it's true or not. This is a grand jury. A regular jury decides whether it's true. A grand jury decides on whether, if anything, the prosecution is telling you, if it's proven true in a court of law, do you think there's grounds for an indictment? Do you understand how low a burden of proof that is? If anything that the prosecutors say are true and can be proven in a court of law, do you think that there's grounds to indict? Right? And then the prosecutor has to prove what they said in front of the grand jury, prove it in a court of law. It is a very, very low level of proof. You just have to sound believable. You just have to sound convincing. And if you say, yeah, Diddy Santa Claus, and then you bring in 20 people that's just like, I was there in the North Pole, he made the rain Rudolph, and Dancer Prancer have freak-offs. He went.
All right, let's get into the comments. Let's see. 111 says he can't believe she was denying him. She has that right. No means no, Christian. Absolutely. And thank you, blessed you 10 times. Yes, no means no. Back up, get up off of me. Don't touch me. Why is your hands right there? You know? Why are you invading my space?
Puffy was overheard saying, and I quote, because the prosecutor said this, I can't go to jail, I'm Puff Daddy. Well, you know.
Okay.
All right, now I'm going to give you a quick, brief breakdown of some of the jurors, and I'll give you the rest on the next download. Or if you call and you express interest about this particular case, I'll check with you. A white man in his late 20s or early 30s. He's a paralegal at a corporate law firm. He's a college graduate, and he has a favorable impression of Puffy. That's juror number 1. Number 2. There was a middle-aged white woman who's retired from print media. She and her husband live on the Upper West Side of New York. They have 2 grown children, a son who works in printing, and a daughter who's a yoga instructor.
Okay.
That's juror number two. Number three is a white native New Yorker in her 50s who works with autistic children in the city's public school.
Oh, no.
She lives in Midtown Manhattan with her husband, who's an educator, and their 22-year-old daughter lives in Oregon, where she's working on her master's degree in speech pathology. Juror number four is a black man in his 30s. He's a corrections officer in the Federal Detention Center over in Brooklyn. He does own some puffy CDs.
Wow.
Number four is a black man in his mid-50s who works as a commercial tax collector in New York City. He's lived in Harlem for 20 years, and he has a 30-year-old son. And the last one that I'm going to introduce you to now is a black woman in her 40s who works as a peace officer at a public library. She's also been involved in checking departing baggage, from the library. For stolen books. So she's a woman who lives on the right side of the law.
Okay.
So anyway, those are the 6 of the 12 jurors, and I'll introduce you to the other 12 in the.
All right, so listen to this. Get into Tisa. Let's see what Tisa has to say.
Stop. He was spiking all of like the reindeer feet, and it was horrible, right? And you got Rudolph dancing, or whatever. Mrs. Claus there, right? No. The grand jury just says, well, this sounds believable, and I see Rudolph and them crying, and I believe Rudolph, so you know what? Let's take this bad boy to trial, and we'll see what's true. Diddy?
Yes, and wasn't that what Lil Rod was saying? Let's just take me to court, and let's work it out there. They didn't want to settle. Okay, let's take it to trial. And now we're here.
Christian would not have been able to contact them, and Grace could then leave. After being assaulted in the recording studio, Grace attempted to resume her duties for that night. That is such an interesting situation. You get essayed, man or woman, whatever, like you get violated. It's hard because you're on a boat, so you can't necessarily escape. I would not go back to work. How do you go back to work? How do you just... I would find a corner, lock myself in there until we are back on land. Barricade the door. Barricade the door.
No. Girl, you got to do what you got to do in that moment. You do not want to trigger anybody off. You barricade yourself like that, girl, they're going to still be out there on that water, and then you're risking getting tossed over. Let's go.
Right? Grace was assaulted. And she went back to work, okay? She made her way to the pantry, where she met another steward who was assigned to take over the shift. Her colleague recognized that the plaintiff was visibly intoxicated, in shock, and tried to finish the shift. Shortly after returning to the pantry, Christian called for Grace. He looked for her and demanded that she find him a place to sleep on the yacht. At such a late hour of night, there were no spare cabins for Christian. Despite this, he refused to go back to shore. The most acceptable place for him to sleep that night was in the cinema, so they must have had like a little movie there. Plaintiff directed him to the cinema, which was commonly used as an extra sleeping area. How many people do they have on this yacht? Like, how many do you have? If you have to use the movie theater as an extra place for people to sleep, like, how many people are you inviting on this yacht?
Her survival instincts definitely kicked in.
Oh my goodness. This is crazy, guys. This whole story is incredibly crazy. So anyway, Christian decides to sleep in the cinema. It has one door to exit and enter. Grace entered the room, and Christian was blocking her from exiting. Grace retreated to a corner of the room, and Christian became physical and extremely aggressive. He cornered Grace and started to grope her.
No.
Grace pushed him back constantly. Christian then took off all his clothes. Oh my God! Oh, his penis was erect. It was hard. And he grabbed her arms and was trying to force Grace to perform. Wow. He tried to force Grace to suck him off. Grace began fighting Christian. And not long after, her partner on board entered the cinema, and this startled Christian, and Grace was finally able to leave. Ew. Grace's partner became concerned when looking for Grace after she had not returned to her room after her shift had ended. The morning after, Grace complained to the yacht's captain, Peter Milkov. That sounds Russian, right? Hi, Dr. A little bit, right? Captain Milkov berated Grace. He lacked compassion or concern, failed to investigate, and insisted that the plaintiff was probably voluntarily partying with the guests. She was not. Captain Milkov added insult to injury by assigning Grace to work in front of the house, which required personally serving Christian while they were on the yacht. Grace was not provided an option to be isolated nor have to serve Christian. Grace was 25 years old at the time of the attack. Based on information and belief, Diddy's employees, including his drug mule Brandon Paul, here we go, his chief of staff KK, and his second in line Frankie Santella learned of what occurred and informed Diddy. Shortly after, Captain Milcove received a generous tip from Diddy in order to keep Captain Milcove quiet and keep him from protecting Grace or taking action on her behalf. Only a few members of the ship's staff were required to write statements. Grace and her partner were the only two staff members not interviewed and not asked to write a statement. Wow, the plot thickens so much. So in this complaint, she alleges that not only did Diddy assault her, Christian was, he showed up to a yacht party with his own liquor.
So he has allegedly these people working for him and doing that. Maria says, I'm sure Christian has his bed to sleep in, those big yachts. Exactly. I mean, his daddy rented it out. You think that he's gonna not rent out Christian somewhere to sleep? He did a machine G Kelly and strip after drinking that Diddy juice or popping one of those excitement pills, allegedly. Oh, I don't know. I don't know.
He is done. Diddy's done. Diddy's done. It's no longer whether a grand jury is being assembled. It's no longer whether the indictment is coming. Diddy's arrest is coming. They're saying the only thing, and again, I'm going to give y'all time frame, and this don't happen in that time frame, give or take 3 business days, right? We are looking at April 26th to the 17th of May. It is going to happen somewhere in that time frame. I do not know if the feds work arrest on weekends, so we're doing business days. 30 business days is around May 17th. 10 business days, which is the shortest time frame I've seen, and this is somebody even more in the know, it is happening sometime on or around April 26th. Diddy's time is coming. They are saying that Diddy's team has been furiously trying to work for the criminal defense. The media is on high alert. People are coming fast. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. You guys wanted justice. You guys wanted held accountable. You said, how come the victims are speaking to the feds? How just not the people that, how come they just in civil court? What's going on? Yeah. Shut up. It's finally happening. It's finally happening. And now we go and see what's what. Now, another interesting thing that my sources were telling me that I'm sharing with you guys is the fact that, remember how we were saying, why has everybody been so quiet except for Stevie J, Young Miami, Daphne, and also that person, Jay, talking about, we just had an unconventional relationship. Okay, I hope so. I know the IRS is looking into it. I hope so. The interesting thing about that is a lot of people have been being very, very, very quiet because, one, they're trying to see what's going on with Diddy and if they're going to be sucked into it. 2, when they heard that Diddy had secret cameras all around the house and recorded video and audio, everything that went down, they got scared because a lot of these people, almost everybody, was recorded illegally and without their knowledge. If you guys don't know, I don't know if this is going to come up with the grand jury charges, but
let's dive back in for a little bit more. All right, guys. So with this, as a result of the SA, Grace suffered. Oh, there's pictures. There's pictures, guys. Here we go. Below are the images of her bruises because of Christians violently grabbing her and attempting her to set him off. There is her arm. There's a bruise there. Okay. There's also a strange tattoo, but she has a bruise on her forearm. Okay. And then looks like it's the same arm, but maybe a day or two. Now 2, and they look a little bit darker than before. Okay. Same one. All right, so we got 3 pictures, pages 12, 13, and 14. All right, 78. According to Grace, the past year, 2023, has been the most deeply traumatizing time for her life. Christian's assault and the subsequent cover-up orchestrated by Diddy and his staff, Grace was isolated and retaliated against on the yacht. This isolation and retaliation finally resulted in Grace's termination by Captain Peter Milcove on or around May 10th. So if this all happened in December, it looks like she lost her job in May. So she still worked on the yacht for about 6 months before she was ultimately let go. Let's keep going. You know what? I do have those amounts wrong. Sorry, I just noticed high value men. I'm just correcting that. I had those amounts wrong. Okay. Let's go back into this. In addition to losing her employment, Grace also lost her longtime partner.
Maria, exactly. 111 says, allegedly, Sean Combs can change his name 50 times, but a tiger stripes never change. 111 says, praying for all the victims, past and present. Amen.
Oh my God, she had a boyfriend with whom she had planned a future. Grace's partner was never the same after seeing the bruises on her body because of Christian Combs and having to deal with the mental and emotional ramifications, so they separated. All right, hold on. If somebody breaks up, like I get it, like breakups are not fun. Trust me, they are not. But if, as a result of something happening, I get it, there's a lot of emotional turmoil. But can you sue the person that SA'd you for your partner leaving you because they weren't comfortable?
Well, when you talk about her going through that, she hadn't even had the right time to process that effectively, like with a therapist or anything. You know, she was just going off of her emotions and her feelings at that time. And then when you talk about going up against powerful men, and then you have your coworkers and staff that are writing statements on others' behalf, they're not for you. Nobody's gonna believe you. So you want me to put you in life's danger? So you want me to put you in danger? You know, I'm really gonna be crying in a minute because you ain't gonna be here allegedly. You know, let's go.
With what happened. Is there monetary value on a relationship breakup? I don't know if there is. I don't know if there is legally, at least legally.
Um. Well, what is a divorce? What is a divorce? You know.
That's insane. I don't think I've ever seen that in a legal document before. But let's keep going. Let's keep going. And again, thank you so much, High Value Man. Again, guys, if y'all could just type in High Value Man in the chat, it would mean the absolute world to me. He's such a great brother, and he is sponsoring the debauchery that we are reading right now.
I know that's right.
He is sponsoring that. Type in HBM, please. Okay. Grace's mental health deteriorated to the point that she was medicated and required intensive therapy. Additionally, she fell into a deep depression and was unable to fully carry out her maid of honor duties at a wedding of her only sister in June of 2023. She had been looking forward to doing that for 18 months. All right. What is Tyrone? I see it. I see the plate. This is what Tyrone is trying to show. There is a concept in the law called intentional infliction of emotional distress, where even if that is the case, you have to talk about how somebody was emotionally disturbed following events. The way that Tyrone is painting this, it is because of an intentional infliction of emotional distress. Keep that in mind. That's why we're seeing it. It's not just like, oh, all of these things happened after the assault. It is in order to get that remedy for Grace. If she were to be successful on these claims, he has to do it that way. All right, so I just wanted to take a moment to explain that to you.
All right. Now let's let Tita explain some more to us, okay?
But it could be viewed at as revenge P, illegally recording, illegal making of P, right? Do you see what I'm saying? So they want to know what they're on tapes. They know what they're doing, and they're probably scared. Do the feds know? Spoiler alert, the feds raided. They have everything. They know everything. So maybe you might as well forget about that. But the thing is, they were saying that a lot of key people have not offered their support, and they're being very, very quiet is because they too have been questioned by the feds. They have been questioned. Now, it's unclear if any celebrities actually testified before the grand jury outside of a few freak-off victims. However, they have been questioned by the feds. Everybody of notoriety, no stone unturned. A lot of people are saying that the reason they are being so quiet with what's going on with Diddy is the fact that, baby, people are trying to cut plea deals. People are trying to save their image. People are trying to save their career. The same way in Jeffrey Epstein, when there were legal documents, it was redacted 1, redacted 2. People boarded the plane, redacted 1, redacted 2, redacted 26. They want their names redacted. They are hoping that they can separate themselves enough by providing enough information that the feds absolutely 100% will not ruin their reputation, will not come after their business, will not do this or that if they can provide enough information. Now, what the federal prosecutor chooses to do, that's their business. It does stand to notice that they've always said feds are not like the state and local police. The state and local police or law enforcement, they raid first to get evidence to build their case. The feds raid last. By the time the feds raid, they have everything they need. Okay, they're just going to see chef's kiss cherry on top if they can pull anything back in. That was the whole point of this. A lot of stuff in the raid was confirmed. A lot of Diddy's powerful friends, and I mean like his I'm not talking about the billionaires, right? More on that later. I'm trying to find out more information about what's going on with the billionaires that like funded all this, right? Lucian Grange, allegedly, all this stuff, right? We are talking about the people that are on Diddy's levels, like the Amy, for instance, Amy Schumer, remember in the amended complaint or whatever, it was a famous comedian that was on his boat in Christian's complaint, a famous woman comedian.
Prevented her from securing another job in the yachting industry in 2023. See, now we're on the third thing. I lost my boyfriend, wasn't able to go to my sister's wedding, lost another job. Grace develops a severe eating disorder. Okay. As a result of the attack, due to the shame and mental warfare she was experiencing that affected her body image and appetite. On several occasions, Christian Combs' essay led Grace to have severe thoughts of deletion. In addition, Grace's trauma, her physical health began to deteriorate. Grace had several epileptic seizures. The seizures resulted in Grace losing her ability to privately do things she was accustomed to doing alone. Grace now requires supervision to do basic activities like swimming, bathing, and is not required to inform people in public places that she's epileptic and requires supervision. Man, that's tough. All right, now we go to premises liability, aiding and abetting for Diddy. So this is like, all right, Diddy, here's what you're responsible for. So according to Grace, Diddy chartered the yacht and assumed responsibility for the actions of himself, his guests, and his family. Upon information and belief, Diddy...
Well, he has no other choice. They were there because he was there. They were not there because of themselves. You know what I'm saying? They were there because he was there. So yeah, he should be held responsible. Let's go. That is his son.
Fostered and encouraged an environment of debauchery. Oh my God, guys, it's like my word. I love the word debauchery. It makes me so happy. I don't know why. I just thought that the word debauchery has always been funny to me. It's in this legal document too, look. Debauchery. There was always a party atmosphere filled with suspected sex workers, suspected laced alcohol, violence, and sheer disrespect of women and the yacht's crew. Upon information and belief, Diddy did not have safeguards in place to ensure there was no excessive drug use. Well, why would he? I mean, he likes it. He engages in it. No excessive drinking and no importation of purported sex workers. Diddy's apparent failure to ensure that there was a safe environment on the yacht was intentional. On one occasion, KK, the defendant's chief of staff, instructed Grace to ensure that the entire bar area was stocked with De Leon tequila and Ciroc. It was important for Diddy to be surrounded by these bottles. Not just any bottles. De Leon was important and Ciroc was important. Those bottles needed to be there at all times. KK's like, everybody eat the Prada things, the little Prada pouches, but the other thing that needs to be here is Ciroc and De Leon. Those are his drinks. Chief of staff, she's doing her job. She is doing her job.
Oh, Lord. All right, let's get back up into Jamie Foxx and what he had to say about the party.
Artists together, I said, Puff, you don't understand. When we watch you from New York, you're bigger than life to us. I said, so the $1.5 million, yeah, you can do that, but it don't matter. Because a New York fitted baseball cap is how much retail?
Like $25.
$25, right?
Yeah.
I said, Puff, but on your head, it's priceless. And I said, now watch this. And I played bong, bong, bang, 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 bong, 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 bong. And the LA niggas was mad. They was like, hey, look here, cuz. Hey, fuck that shit, dog. Fuck that shit, dog. That motherfucker. I said, look, you got these LA niggas gone. And it was moments like that. It was like, and then I had a studio in the back. So every time somebody would come over, I would ask them to drop music there. Puff, Snoop, because I wanted to get the music business. But we also started doing this thing called New Music Hour. So any person that came to the house that had a song or could do stand-up with it, you could perform. No one was allowed to boo or nothing like this. Watch who benefited from it. Nick Cannon used to sleep on my couch. 13 years old. He'd be in one part of the house. He'd like, nigga, go back in there. You can
13 years old, Nick Cannon was at Jamie Foxx's house. Get into that.
Fuck back in there. You can't come in here. He was like this, right? He slept on the couch. Ed Sheeran was the latest. Ed Sheeran slept. Ed Sheeran, my new house. Ed Sheeran slept on my studio floor for 6 weeks. Working on this shit. 6 weeks. So what we do like I said, what's great about what we do is that we have. I had Anthony Hamilton. I remember Anthony Hamilton had he said, man, nobody want to hear me sing. I go watch it. I would go follow him and watch him sing in places. I'd be the only one in it. It's like he had to sing at this one little open mic thing. He was singing, I'm like, sing, Anthony!
that was on Diddy's boat. The Victory during the festival, which is the yachting season for the St. Bart's or like whatever, and where Christian Coleman is alleged to have assaulted that girl, Gracie. That woman is Amy Schumer. How do we know that? We went to Amy's Instagram feed and she was looking so happy, talking about one of my favorite people, and tagged Diddy. She has not removed that post yet. I'm guessing Amy Schumer is one of the people involved in the freak-offs. They're involved in anything crazy. I am saying that they were on the yacht. Their names, they're hoping to stay out of it and keep things redacted, I would imagine. But there's more. Let me go through my notes of what the streets are saying so we can get into that. Let's see. Oh, also, did you guys know that the feds uncovered that Diddy has been banned from numerous yacht companies, right? They said it started when he broke Kim's nose.
No. So he was blocked from certain yacht companies. Diddy was. They said allegedly when he broke Kim Porter's nose.
It appeared as if he was blanketing trafficking women in certain situations. All this crazy stuff that happens on Diddy's yachts. They are saying that this yacht company, that stuff that happened with Gracie, it wasn't Diddy's first yacht company, and he has been banned from a number of yachts for the debauchery that happens. But the first company that refused to charge him anymore was when he broke Kim's nose. Anyway, it is funny that Little Rod's amended complaint falls exactly online with what the feds actually did at Diddy's property. Let's also not forget that the amended complaint was, I think, dropped into the courts 24 hours before Diddy's house actually got raided, even down to Brendan being the mule. They're saying Diddy has ties. He has ties. Now, this is alleged. I have to put that out there. This is alleged. The federal indictment. We'll see how much they could actually prove. Diddy has ties to the Mexico cartel. Let's also not forget that the booby trap is alleged to have ties to the Mexican cartel too. His business dealings, right?
Oh no.
Where it is washing money, getting sponsorship, whatever you want to tell, but comes from people.
Jay-Z and oh goodness. Tisa, you out here doing all these you said Jay-Z and who else, girl? Who else?
Fabulous Soldier Boy, French Montana, and of course Rick Ross.
Wait a minute, because in that lawsuit, Lil Ross said, no. Actually, Jonathan Odded said that Rick Ross had paid him a visit on that interrogation. That interrogation from the law enforcement. He said that on camera. Let's go.
Rick Ross's baby's mom was actually went on a rant talking about Rick Ross was at the freak offs. Rick Ross was down with everything Diddy did, why he acted, that's why he changed, that's why you treat women so bad, because you don't like women. Again,
well, let's get into that. Do we know some men out there that mistreat women because they don't like them, honey? They is up on the down low and they want Earl. Let's talk about it. They want Earl. Him and Bob is best friends. Earl and Bob is best friends. That's what they say. They always spend the night at each other's house, spending all this time going to the movies, holding hands at the park, taking the dogs out to walk. Honey, that is a whole relationship. And there's nothing wrong with it, but just be honest about what you like. Get into it.
Been proven in a court of law? No. When Diddy is arrested, the feds feel like they can prove everything in the indictment in a court of law? Hell yeah, they are very confident against this case. They think it is going to be a groundbreaking case that is going to send echoes through Hollywood, echoes through the music industry. And they are also saying that Diddy himself, right? Oh, so this is like some tea I got off of, listen. I'm just spilling all the tea. I was gonna make this into separate videos, but F it, y'all here now, y'all gonna hear this, right? They are saying that people are saying that Diddy is very down about this. Him looking like a maniac riding a bike. Unclear whether he's delusional or not. They are saying that he is not in a good place mentally. But honestly, I don't know who would be if I was facing this mess. Again, you can do whatever you want to your syncopaths and Stevie J's and this and that. In the court of public opinion, it's done. You are never going to come back from this. As a matter of fact, he could take a lesson from OJ.
Listen, he can't come back from it. And Tisa, go ahead and tell us how.
Time was one of the most beloved athletes in America by white, black, brown, green, Puerto Rican, Asian, Haitian, whatever you want. He was one of the most beloved. The mess that happened with Nicole Simpson, right? It completely destroyed his legacy.
President Biden to address the nation soon. All right, give me 1 second. All right. Yes. Let's get into it. All right, let's get into it.
Thank you very much, and certainly to all of you that have been here the last 2 days, 33 years of National Action Network. In the year 2000, National Action Network was able to get the two candidates for presidential Democratic nomination, Al Gore and Senator Bill Bradley, to debate for the first time at the Apollo Theater. 4 years later, I ran for president. But 4 years after that, which is now 16 years ago, every candidate, Democratic candidate for president, came to this hotel for our convention. One of those now marching about DI. We're also an organization that has concrete programs, and you that lead chapters. We are an organization that heckle. If any hecklers are here, I'm the heckler in chief. You will not heckle. I'll heckle me today. But we engage those in power to advance what is good for all Americans and to do what is right for all of us that have been overlooked and disadvantaged. I have known Joe Biden before he was president. He's always been candid and always been straight, and he's always did what he said he would do. He has always said to us that he would never mislead us in a conversation, even if there may be areas of disagreement. But I most remember that in January of 2020, when there was the gathering of candidates to run for president.
All right,
Joe
so
Biden
UK jumping in and telling Iran to chill out.
My invitation to National Action Network's breakfast as a former vice president. And he looked at Martin Luther King III and I in the back room. And he said, this ugliness in Charlottesville, did you hear what this guy said, referring to his predecessor? And he says, you know, Al, I think I may run. He says, we've got to save the country.
All right, so we're going to stay tuned with that. Let's go. Tisa, let us know what's going on.
We're not arguing on whether he did it or not. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter right now. It completely destroyed his legacy. And OJ died at 76, one of the greatest athletes in notoriety, fame, being beloved, died in shame, abandoned, a pariah. People are saying that is when, if Diddy gets to 76, that is going to be his best case scenario. Dying as a pariah, completely abandoned by his thing. Side note, I'm going to go off on this tangent. Did y'all see Caitlyn Jenner tweeting about OJ?
Is
talking
under
about some
a blackout.
Right?
Oh my goodness.
When OJ passed away. And the thing is, I'm not defending OJ, but I don't really have to say the goal that Caitlyn Jenner, someone that had to pay $800,000 to the family of a 69-year-old woman because he was, I believe, texting or not paying, she was, I believe, texting or not paying attention on her phone. And Caitlyn Jenner rammed her car, caused a collision that ended up taking a 69-year-old woman's life. Caitlyn, you also took the life of somebody's loved one. And you have the nerve to be tweeting about OJ when you yourself has murdered someone. You yourself will probably be standing next, and you were able to leverage to the family, and you got the nerve to be sitting up on Twitter talking your baby. There is a warm place in hell for you too. There's a warm place in hell too for you too. But anyway,
Bruce Wayne is trying to steal my scrunchie again. Hide those scrunchies. Hide them. Listen, this is a lot. She's really getting into a lot, and she's really breaking it down. I'm enjoying her commentary. However, Maria, keep me up to keep me up to date on that, and we'll come back live to discuss. We'll actually go live when it's going on, so then we could talk about it. That way we can talk about it. Yes, I would love for us to talk about it. If you have not already, please subscribe to the channel. We really appreciate you. I think we were like a few numbers away from 5,700. So yeah, if you all can just subscribe and support, we'll definitely come back here a little bit later. Yes, we will. Oh. Oh, we made it to 5,700. Congratulations to us. We are like not far from 6K. We're at 5,701. Wow. 517. I get it. Yeah, I'm down. Okay. Thank you all so much. I am just, baby, I am beat. But I'm so glad that I come on here. We did commentary earlier. We had nice fun. We had some laughs. You know, got into my comedic zone. You know. So yeah. And thank you all for taking the poll. I really appreciate it. All right, we're gonna head on out, and we'll see y'all in a bit. The poll was: is Diddy going down? 75% says yes. 24% says no. There was 139 votes. We want to thank you all so much. Wani one yeah. Maria says, yeah, I'm down. Oh wow. Wani one says, thank you, Maria. Bruce Wayne, no. Wani says, for adult audiences only, must be 18 plus to hang out in the Butterfly Lounge. Welcome to the Butterfly Lounge. Please subscribe, share, and like. Thank you for your support. Yes. All right. I'm going to get me a nap. So long.